You clearly love her deeply, yet you're powerless to stop her from leaving. You desperately try to win her back, only to be met with her increasingly cold attitude. The truth is, it's not that you don't love her enough, it's that you're using the wrong approach. The most effective way to keep someone is actually to allow them to leave. You need to understand that relationships are never sustained through forcing or pleading. The truly wise approach is to go with the flow and maintain a sense of proportion. When a woman wants to leave, no amount of pleading will work. Even if she stays temporarily, she'll eventually walk away without looking back when her frustration reaches its peak. So the smartest choice is to go along with her decision and respect her choice. Breaking up isn't as scary as you imagine. It's just an episode in your emotional journey, not the ending. You must learn to accept this feeling of losing control. What's happened has happened. No amount of self-blame or regret can change the outcome. If you don't have the courage to stand back up, you'll only trap yourself in an emotional prison of your own making. But if you can calm down and allow things you can't control to unfold, truly accepting the reality of separation, you'll discover that recovery is much easier than you think. Whether it's falling in love together or breaking up heartbroken, this relationship is ultimately just one experience in your long life. It may be painful and difficult, but when you view it from a broader perspective, you'll understand. A storm in a bathtub is hardly worth mentioning in the ocean. What truly traps you isn't this relationship, but your ingrained thought patterns, narrow perspective, and flawed understanding. When your brain is hijacked by negative emotions, you often make impulsive, destructive decisions under emotional stimulus. To break free from this control, you need to learn to view everything rationally. Often what confines us isn't reality, but our own internal struggles. It's like an invisible shackle that makes you hesitant and unable to see the truth clearly. But once you break this shackle, you'll discover that the path ahead is actually broad and clear. Don't keep focusing on what you've lost, because being dragged along by emotions will only make things worse. Emotional stability is the key prerequisite for whether you can rebuild the relationship. If you're constantly controlled by emotions and have no control over your words and actions, you're destined to ignore her feelings, which is essentially selfish. The essence of separation is that you're already on opposite sides. If you continue to vent emotionally and pull at her during this time, you'll only make her more resistant and further widen the distance between you. What you really should do is learn to put yourself in her shoes, understand her position, and use your patience and tolerance to ease her resistance and resolve the tension between you. Of course, to truly repair the relationship, you need to create a good atmosphere for interaction. This starts from the source. Step 1. Cut off her source of pressure, which is your past inappropriate pestering and emotional manipulation. Step 2. Thoroughly reflect on yourself. Identify the problems you have in relationships and genuinely correct them from the heart. When a relationship reaches the breaking point, it's never just one person's fault. When you're willing to modify your behavior, her defensiveness and negative emotions will gradually weaken. But this doesn't mean she'll immediately turn back. The real turning point comes from your subsequent communication approach. Find an opportunity to express your apology. Remember, don't talk about the past, don't mention getting back together, just express understanding and blessings. You could say, I was too impulsive before and did many things that hurt you. I've been seriously reflecting during this time and truly realized my problems. I want to say sorry to you here. I also sincerely hope you'll be happy in the future. This statement is powerful. It conveys 3 messages. You can empathize, you still have feelings for her, you're willing to let go for her sake. She's not oblivious. During this cooling off period, she's also observing your changes. When you say these sincere words, there will definitely be ripples in her heart. This is the emotional trigger point you should seize. Riding on this feeling, continue showing your changes and keep building up her positive feelings toward you. You can even appropriately expand your social circle and make friends with other women to spark her sense of crisis. All this groundwork is to create a sense of contrast. When she starts testing the waters, it means the initiative has quietly returned to your hands.